might not make it biologically. That's what I'm saying. I'm prepping you. I'm prepping you guys to take in the knowledge necessary to evolve yourselves with this new energy that's coming in to fight back against artificial intelligence. And the kids are already on this type of time. They're playing Fortnite. Um so CERN might just be like a giant factory to channel out a certain energy to affect the masses because it's able to harness the Higgs boson at a better level. But this thing is so infinite. Like, I've run into real demons a lot. I've run into ghosts. I had a 19-year-old kid overdose in front of me in an abandoned school around a bunch of crackheads. And I didn't do any drugs. I was just waiting to see what happens because he made his own choice. But I was there for him if he needed it. And then I feel this buzzing on the side of my head. And then I look over, and literally in this dark hallway in the middle of winter on the top floor of an abandoned school that was like 7, 8, 9 stories high, a fire blew up, the energy, a big fireball. And then a woman's face peered out and cried. It was just a weeping woman. And then my friend Phoenix died, overdosed. And we had to take him to the hospital and bring him back to life. The only way we made it to the hospital, because I had blisters on my feet, I was waddling, barely functioning. I was walking until I had gangrene, trying to make shit happen for myself. And this guy needed to be carried. And then a guy that, like an Irish man with the long nose and the Irish hair and the Irish eyes, a giant, walked out from a park while we were trying to carry Phoenix and just picked him up, threw him over his shoulder, and carried him up this mountain to a hospital. And then the next day, Phoenix read me a passage of an old Irish folklore about giants. And every time I hung out with Phoenix, these Irish guys in the middle of Vermont that were like 6'6" and Irish, no black at all, Irish giants, because Irish have been taller than the world for centuries. Irish genetics are not red hair and freckles. The Irish genetics are height and green eyes. Irish people were the tallest people in the world for many, many years until the Vikings raped the women in numbers, these little red-headed goblin freaks, and then they carted them off across forever as brood mares to keep producing warriors. They would steal Irish women and produce taller children, and then use them to fight Estonia, what would be Estonia now. You feel me? So I don't know if CERN, I know that they base it off of Cernunnos, which is the Baphomet. I know they do rituals. I know that they're accessing the foundational codes of the universe. So I don't know what they're doing. I know Alex Jones is a trustworthy source. He's been doing this for his entire life. Here's a butterfly in the middle of the night. There's a butterfly at night flying around me when I mention this. And Alex Jones says what they do. I think there was a movie where they cut their heart off to see what the afterlife is like, and they kept getting possessed by demons. So what Alex Jones says is that they have people that volunteer to be vessels, and then they put them in like government, like the Oval Office type situations, those types of offices. They put them on an IV drip where they drain all the blood out and barely kill them so that they're just barely alive. And then that allows for these other dimensional beings to come through and speak through them. And then they make deals with them and they do all this stuff. Now, they probably have psychics that can do that fine. They probably have technology with CERN to be able to use Neuralink to not have to do that, where you can just do it with your mind. Regardless, it's happening, and we're right here at the precipice, which is why I'm telling people to fast and get sunlight, relieve themselves of responsibilities, go out in nature, start eating healthily, start to forgive everyone that hurt you, and start to really learn how to have a better love with focus and discipline to be able to make meaningful decisions and be able to guide your communities in the right direction. Because the public is losing it. I'm in Vermont, which is paradise, and the people here are miserable and angry and violent. These rich white people are violent and angry and trying to ruin everyone's day because they're brainwashed. The police are brutalizing and raping people, pumping in heroin, and we're in paradise. This is one of the most beautiful places in the country. And it's because they don't understand what I'm telling you right now.